Hello everyone. Today we are going to be working through my raised diamond pattern. So I use this in my adventure blanket and I just did the repeat one after the other all the way across the strip. You can do one of these, you can space them out more, you can pretty much set it up any way you want. We are going to just work through one of these. I just want to show you how to get it set up and how to work through it. It's pretty easy once you get going, but I want to give you a visual. To begin, we are going to chain 12. Okay, so we have chain 12. We are going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook and in each chain across. So for this repeat, you need 10 stitches, and then it's plus 2. So it's a repeat of 10, and then your beginning chain, as well as one stitch so that you're not ending in a post stitch at the end of the row. So we need to, have a finishing stitch on the end, if that makes sense. It'll make sense once we start to make it. Okay, I did chain 12 and now I have 11 single crochet. So for row 2, I'm going to work a single crochet all the way across one more time. Okay, it's a little curly because we're only doing a 1 row repeat, but it'll lay flat in a couple minutes. Okay, so now we have 2 rows of single crochet. And the reason we needed a 2 row setup was because on our next row, we're going to be working 2 rows below. So we needed to have 2 rows. Okay. So we're going to chain 1. And we're going to single crochet in the first 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now for our next stitch, we are going to do a front post double crochet 1 row below. So if you're not sure where this stitch actually goes, sometimes it's hard when you have multiple rows and you're not like, is it this one? Is it this one? I always, at least to get the first one going, you can always count across row 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we've worked 5 single crochet. So we've worked into the first 5 single crochets. So the post stitch is going to go around this next one right here. So it's kind of below, maybe a tiny bit at an angle, but below the next stitch we would be working into anyway. Okay, so to do a post stitch, if you've never done a post stitch before, we are going to yarn over and we're going to insert the hook from the front to the back and then come back out the front around that single crochet post. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and now you want to make sure you pull up the loop tall enough that your hook ends up here. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is, I have it a little tangled, I'm sorry. I'm going to fix that. What happens if you don't do that is you will end up with a very tight diamond. If you're using it in a bunch of stitches on the blanket, the diamonds will actually crunch down and the single crochets will look taller. So you want to make sure you pull that up tall enough. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 and yarn over and pull through 2 again. Now it seems big, but I promise it will all even out at the end. Okay, so don't worry about it looking a little too big for what we're doing. So now for the next stitch, so we just technically worked around this stitch, so we don't need to work into this stitch. So we're going to single crochet in the next stitch and in all the rest of the stitches across. So now what you have is you have 5 single crochet, a post stitch, 5 single crochet. Okay, so now for row 2, what we're going to do, it's not row 2, I'm sorry, it's row 4. It's the second row of the diamond section. So for row 4, we're going to do a single crochet and then chain. We're going to do a chain, and then we're going to single crochet all the way across. Okay, so now we're back to 11 single crochet for this row. So now we're going to chain 1 and turn. And now for this row, we are going to increase these post stitches as we get wider. So for this row, remember we did 5, 1, 5. So for this row, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to decrease the single crochet count by 1. And then we're going to work a front post double crochet, again, 2 rows below, 1, 2. We're going to work around the single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, and finish off the front post double crochet. That's your first one. Your second one is going to go around the post stitch you already made. And make sure you're pulling up that loop. And then the third one is going to go around the next single crochet. Don't forget 2 rows below, not the very direct row, but 1 row below that. And we're going to pull up a loop and finish off the post stitch that way. So now we had 1 in our first row, and now we have 3. And you'll see a pattern. It'll be 1, 3, 5, 7. We'll get wider and wider. So now we had 4 single crochet, 3 post stitches. Now we're going to do 4 single crochet. And again, so I'm going to do the first one just so you can see it better. But again, where these 3 post stitches were, we skipped the 3 single crochet behind it because now we're going to work into these post stitches instead. We don't need them both. So we're going to drop these, and this will be our new row. Okay, so that was 1 single crochet, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to work single crochet all the way across the back. All right, for our next row, we're going to chain 1 and turn. So now we had 1, 3, this row will be 5. And remember again, our single crochets, the stitch count decreases by 1 for every row. So we did 5, 4, so this time we'll do 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do a front post double crochet 2 rows below, 1, 2. And then around that post of the single crochet. And then we're going to work a post stitch around 1, 2, 3, each of these 3 post stitches below. And then don't forget to work 1 more post stitch so that you still have that increase for the diamond. And then we're going to work 3 single crochet in those last 3 stitches. Okay, so now you can see the diamond starting to form. We have 1, 3. I might have done this one. I think I did this post stitch a little too low. See how it's even with the wrong row? So that's how you know you went 1 row too many. I think I went 3 rows down. So that's just a good little tip. Make sure you only go in 2 rows down. So 1, 2, yeah, I had gone 3 rows down. So I really only needed to go 2 rows down. There we go. And now we do the 3 single crochet. Okay, now it looks better. So we have one here. Oh, that one's standing up. 1 here, 3, 5. So now we'll do 7 in the next one. And you can make this as wide as you want. You can make it, like I could start to decrease now and make it a tiny little tall diamond. I tried to make it pretty square as far as having the width of the stitches almost as wide as the height of the stitches. So, but you could do narrow diamonds, you could do really wide diamonds. It's really up to you. Make this your own. So chain 1, single crochet all the way across. Chain 1. And now for the next row, we're going to single crochet in 2. And then double crochet 2 rows below, post doubles, front post double 2 rows below. And then in each of the post stitches, okay, and when you get to the end of that, don't forget to add 1 more post stitch. And then 2 single crochet. 1, 2. Okay. So now you can start to see the diamond take shape. I don't know if you can see that. You can see the post stitches. It comes out all raised. I like it. Okay. Single crochet, chain 1, single crochet all the way across the back. Okay, one more increase, and then we'll start to decrease. So we're going to work 1 single crochet on each side, and then front post double crochet all the way across. Okay, we have our last increase row. So we got our diamond shape going, right? 1 more single crochet row, and then we will start our decrease. And before we start the decreases, I just want to show you the back of the project. If you've never worked with post stitches, I just want to show you what it looks like. This is actually normal. So if you look at the back of the project, you will have all these like little pockets. I don't know that they're really pockets, but it's because you worked around the post of the stitch instead of into the top. So this is normal. It actually gives it its own little pattern in the back. It still looks like a kind of of like a V or a diamond. And then we got the post stitches in the front creating that diamond effect. Okay. So I did my chain 1, so now I'm going to turn. So now for this last row of post stitches, we had 1 single crochet on each side, and then all the rest were post stitches. So to start the decrease, now we're going to go back the other way. Instead of 1 on each side, we're going to have 2 single crochet on each side. And then instead of 9 post stitches, we're only going to have 7. So we'll have 1, 2, and then we'll skip this post stitch. That was the first one. We don't need that one anymore. We're going to work a post stitch around the next 7. Okay, we made 7. I don't need this last post stitch, so I'm going to work a single crochet into the last 2 stitches instead of just the last one. And now it's hard to see the first row or 2. You can see it easier on this end, how it's going to start to decrease. With the lighting, it's hard to see on this end, but I promise it's going to start to decrease. All right, another row of single crochet. And I will show you one more row of decrease, and then I'm just going to work it across and show you the finished product. Okay, for this row, we're going to single crochet 3. So now we're going to skip this post stitch and work into this post stitch, and we'll work into 5 of them this time. And then single crochet into the last 3. So now it's starting to take a little better shape here. You can see it actually kind of is starting to look like a little heart there. But we're going to go all the way up and make it a point so that we get the full diamond effect. Okay, I just finished up this section. So now we have a completed diamond. Okay, and again, it's all raised. I love the effect of this. It does pull a little bit. There's a couple stitches here. You can see that I didn't raise them as high as the rest of them, but it can easily be blocked if I wanted to use this and make it bigger or whatever. So that is the raised diamond section. Now I have the written instructions. Again, if you want it all written out for you, if you do better, with it written, so you don't have to keep pausing the video, I have that on my blog. I have the link posted in the comments. And if you would like the strip, if you would like to work the adventure blanket, that link is in the comments as well. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Again, subscribe for more videos, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks.